That's fatal.
The year is 2008. Grand Theft Auto 4, Fallout 3, Wii Sports, and Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 all released. Well, Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 didn't really release in 2008, it actually released in 2007, but for the sake of the video and the fact that it has 2008 in the name, let's just roll with it. Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 was the very first WWE game to jump ship to next gen fully, with both PS3 and Xbox 360. Although Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 was the first to do it officially with just the Xbox 360 version. Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 was the first one to do it, both PS3 and Xbox 360. Let's take a look at the cover of Smackdown vs. Raw 2008. Zoom in. You see that? Featuring ECW. This was unheard of. This was the first WWE game in the series to feature the ECW brand, and it was awesome. The ECW roster included Elijah Burke, Johnny Nitro, Kelly Kelly, Marcus Corvon, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Sandman, Hardcore Holly as a Nintendo DS exclusive, and CM Punk making his debut in the WWE series. This was such a big deal because all the previous games leading up to SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 only included the Raw and SmackDown brands, so having a third brand be featured into our wrestling games was a welcomed one. I don't know what took WWE games so long either. They acquired ECW in 2003, but it wasn't until 2007 where we started seeing some of the roster in our wrestling games. And that was the last time WWE games ever done something like this. All the games after 2008 didn't have featuring on the cover and just included superstars from all three brands whenever they saw fit. And there was no need to put featuring on the cover anymore anyways. There was nothing else to feature. They already owned ECW, they already owned WCW, and the other wrestling promotions at the time like TNA, Ring of Honor, Lucha Libre AAA, and New Japan Pro Wrestling weren't owned by WWE, so there was no need to feature those brands in their WWE games. Until now. In early 2024, WWE started a partnership with TNA. This is unheard of. Usually WWE just keeps to themselves as the juggernaut that they are in the wrestling world and don't cross-promote with any other wrestling promotions, so that all the eyes are on WWE and not on the other wrestling promotions. They did, however, first tease a TNA partnership with Mickie James appearing in the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble as she was the TNA Knockout World Champion. She even appeared with the title around her waist. This partnership though with TNA officially began in the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble when TNA Knockout World Champion Jordynne Grace appeared and competed in that Royal Rumble. In May 2024, Jordynne Grace challenged WWE NXT's Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, officially marking a crossover between the two promotions. Then, Joe Hendry happened. You got a TNA superstar with a catchy catchphrase, "I believe in Joe Hendry," a catchy theme song, and a viral meme. Say his name, and he appears. Mix all that together with his in-ring capabilities and this WWE x TNA cross-promotion skyrocketed. Joe Hendry was first featured on the June 18th, 2024 episode of NXT when he made a surprise entrant into the NXT Battle Royale. He got eliminated pretty quickly, but the fans were eating it up. Joe Hendry then went on to have his first singles match on TNA against Joe Coffey, defeating him. And this is the great thing I love about this cross-promotion. It's not just WWE using TNA talent to squash them in matches with their own WWE talent. WWE is actually allowing TNA talent to pick up pinfalls against their own talent, thus pushing the TNA superstar even more into stardom, you know, as a proper partnership should do. This partnership with TNA got so big that when a TNA superstar gets let go from the company, they go and join TNA in hopes to still keep in touch with WWE, the Hardy Boys being a perfect example of that. They left AEW Wrestling, went to TNA in hopes to keep in touch with WWE so that they can get Legends contracts and be in future WWE games as well as a Hall of Fame induction. And by the looks of it, it seems like they are going to get that because they have been in talks with Triple H. With WWE 2K25 coming out next March, now is the perfect time to bring back the featuring on the cover. WWE 2K25 featuring TNA, with 5 TNA superstars on the base game, and then you can include 5 more as a DLC pack. For example, imagine the base game roster included Jordynne Grace, Joe Hendry, Josh Alexander, Pico, Moose, with Santina Marella being the GM for GM mode. And then the DLC pack could include Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, The Rascals, Mike Bailey, and Danny Luna. Just to name a few as an example. If TNA also allows it, they could allow WWE to use some of their TNA Legends roster too, or TNA variations of WWE superstars like TNA AJ Styles or TNA Kurt Angle, also known as Perk Angle, when they were competing in TNA. Funny enough, when I came up with this video idea, I laughed at the fact that if WWE 2K did do this, they probably would just include TNA superstars that they already have modeled, like Dolph Ziggler as Nick Nemeth, Rhino, Mustafa Ali, Matt and Jeff Hardy. This way they can cut corners and just rework those models that they've already made before to make them more up to date for how they look like now in TNA. I hope they don't do that, but I just thought about like how funny it would be, and it would definitely be something that 2K would do, just to cut corners. Around June 13th of this year, Jordynne Grace confirmed in an interview with Denise Salcido, sorry if I said that incorrectly, that she has begun motion capture work for WWE 2K25. Now this doesn't really mean much. All this means is that she does motion capture for the WWE 2K games because she is a wrestler. So when during game development, if they need certain wrestling moves captured, well, it's better to get it from an actual wrestler rather than someone who's never been in the ring before. From what I'm aware of, this isn't the first time Jordynne Grace has done motion capture work for the WWE games as well. But in the previous games, WWE never was partnered with TNA. Because they have a partnership with TNA now, it would make sense that not only does she do motion capture for various wrestling moves in the game, but also her own moves because she will potentially be included in the WWE 2K25 roster. Joe Hendry also said on X, "Retweet if you want Joe Hendry DLC," pushing that WWE DLC agenda even more because these superstars, although they can tweet whatever they want, they still gotta get the go-ahead for what they tweet out as they are representing a company. If this TNA DLC wasn't in the works already, I don't see WWE allowing TNA superstars to tease the DLC. With Joe tweeting this out, it could hype up fans that they lost with the terrible way WWE 2K24 has been treating them to potentially get WWE 2K25. Although Joe Hendry is kind of like a troll character, so he would be the perfect person to tweet this out just to lie. I personally think having TNA superstars in WWE 2K25 is a great selling point. Me personally, I would love TNA superstars in my game, but what I really want is working universe mode. Working online mode is a must for me, please. I play a lot of online mode, so working online, returning and new matches, as well as story creator, which we haven't seen since WWE 2K14. I asked on X, you can only pick 5 TNA superstars to be in the WWE 2K25 DLC pack. Who are you picking? And after running all the names you guys gave me through AI, these were the top 5 picked. Number 1, Joe Hendry. Number 2, Jordynne Grace. Number 3, Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel. Number 4, Rosemary. And number 5, Josh Alexander. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 were number 6, Moose. Number 7, the Hardy Boys. And number 8, James Storm. What do you guys think about a potential TNA DLC pack? Do you see it happening? What 5 TNA superstars do you want to see in a potential WWE 2K25 DLC pack? Thanks everyone watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give the video a like, subscribe to join the Fatal family. I'm Fatal Steven. Take care.